The oak tree is just about ready to start budding out. This dogwood's just about ready to unfold its leaves. My favorite azalea is the white. They're just so pretty. Azaleas. One problem when they start blooming all at once. Hello, welcome to the great outdoors. First thing today, I want to apologize to the bee socks. All this time I've been spelling their name wrong. There's an A in bee sock. Just take the shortcut. But I'm sorry, Rick and Timmy and Erlene and Marianne. I'll make sure I get it right this time. And they were polite enough not to bring it to my attention. But when I was on Facebook, I seen Marianne's page and realized that I'd been spelling it wrong all these years. But we're back out there on in the bee sock property. Again, we're out here looking for signs of spring. Just spent a half hour with the horses. We just had a great time. They're just so funny. They're just great God's creatures. That's all I can say. And we found something. We've been looking for sugar cubes. And the reason I say sugar cubes is because when I was a kid growing up, and now I'm going to give you my age, the only time we ever really saw horses, being from the city, was the delivery guys. Yeah, our milk, our bread, our coal, the rag man, they all had horse and buggies that made their deliveries. And that's the only time we would ever see horses. And we were only allowed to give them sugar cubes, which were what we had back then. And they loved it. So I'd been looking for sugar cubes for the boys, and I happened to find them. And of course, they're smaller, and they don't. I think that the biscuits that I give them, the molasses kind of has a tangy thing to it, and it kind of makes their tongue itch or something, because they act kind of weird after they have them for a little while. But anyway, we're back out here looking for more flowers. We've seen some flowers coming in. I noticed in my backyard this morning when I got up that my peach tree is starting to bud. We have a peach tree back in the woods, and we'll stop and get some video of that. I found some more prairie verbena. We're going to go ahead and move that, transplant that over to Miss Gail's yard. And we're just going to do whatever we can do. It's almost 70 degrees out. The wind is non-existent. There is a 40% chance of rain. But I'm here for the day. I'm out here with God, and I'm happy. So, stay with us. We'll be back right after these messages to see what's growing out here in the bee sock property in the great outdoors. here today is we'll try to spread out some partridge peas and things like that we need to grow for some of the wildlife here. We're going to plant partridge peas right here. Throw some to the ground here. They'll plant themselves. A nice spider there. Spiders. What we're planting right now is partridge peas. Partridge peas are one of the favorite foods of quail, and that's one of the species that we're trying to get back here in the farm. A few years ago when I first started riding down here, this place was abundant with quail. But over the last few years, they're really dwindling down to few and far between. So we're going to try to change that and try to make it a more productive place for them to come. Nobody really hunts quail here, which is a good thing. And if we can make it a good habitat for them, they should be able to increase their numbers easily. But we've got partridge pea seeds, and partridge peas grow in afternoon sun, and usually we plant them on that side of the field so they get the afternoon sun. This would be morning sun, and we'll plant a few here, but that's about we've got a few small green sunflower seeds here. These are just the pretty little ones that we're going to plant some of them here. They need a little bit more sun than the secret is knowing where the seeds are. And with these sunflowers, they're in the actual center, the bud, and they're buried way down the bottom, and they're real tiny, real tiny. But you know, if you collect when the flowers die off and you collect the seeds, if you do that, you need to collect the very center of the flower. It's buried deep down right at the bottom of that bud. The center is where all the seeds are, right there. So we'll go ahead and pull those up. Hopefully okay, I think that's enough. Flowers. They're very, very, very small. Very pretty too. Little field violet. That's here. Very small, very pretty. Just a beautiful little spring violet. Now this to me is one of God's miracles. Right here, flower. I didn't have a dime or a penny, but look at the size of that flower compared to my house key. 1/8 of an inch maybe. here with Bishaw and Wildfire and Okie. Okie's back out here. Hi, sweetie. And you see me a lot of times here with the boys, and they're real good horses. And they want me to remind you of an upcoming event on March 17th. Trying to steal my keys. On March 17th, the Saddle Club is having a trail ride. You want one of these? And it's for a great cause. All the proceeds will go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. There'll be other events going on. So if you got a horse, even if you don't have a horse, come on over and join in on the fun. The ride starts at 9 o'clock, right? And heck, who knows, you may be able to get to meet Bishaw and Wildfire, two of the best horses in the world. That's March 17th, 9 o'clock. We'll look for you. We'll see you here in the great outdoors. Right, boys? Good boys. Okay, it's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Okay, thanks. Good job. Good job. Yeah, good job.
Hey, excuse me. Do you think we're big enough to get into that heifer and steer contest? Hey, we're not steers or heifers. We're cows. What are you doing?
Hello, welcome to the Great Outdoors. Today we want to talk to you a little bit about the Geneva County Youth Roundup, featuring 4-H competitive events, Geneva County Steer and Heifer Show. It's going to be held on March 3rd, 2012 at the Geneva County Farm Center. You need to check it out. All exhibits must be ready for judging by 8:30 in the morning, and the Steer and Heifer Show is at 1 o'clock. Anybody who has 4-H kids or want to join up 4-H and they live in the Geneva County area, this is the time to do it. If you look on the screen down below, you'll see the numbers that you can contact if you need further information. Again, this is going to be held at the Geneva County Farm Center, March 3rd, 2012. Be there. Folks from Florida and Texas, not the only one that has cactus. We have these all over here in South Alabama. They put off a very, very pretty yellow flower. Most cactus, I believe, flower, and actually they're very pretty. Here's a little wild violet. It's just a little tiny one. We're going to see any quail this year. It's going to be right in here. Every year there's a covey of quail that comes in here and they lay their eggs in this grove right here, in this tree grove. and all the leaves and everything keep it so covered that they can raise their babies without any interruption. And they're here almost every year, and I hope they're here this year. But then this last year they were here, and the babies got to be full size, and when they all flew off. You individuals that are allergic to pine pollen, get ready. These things are getting filled up and getting ready to put it out. The pine pollen is that yellow stuff you see all over your car. You're getting ready to drop it. This is what they look like, up close and personal. This one's not ready yet. It will be shortly. This is what I call the old dirt road. So serene, and field on one side and a pine cone, or field on one side and pine grove on the other. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. I want to thank you for joining us here in the great outdoors. We had a good time today. It was nice and warm, didn't rain, and we saw a lot of nice little flowers and really got a good feel of the outdoors. And I just want to say thanks, and hopefully you'll look for us the next time. This is Alvine saying God bless, and we'll see you the next time here in the great outdoors.